Hey everybody, Nico here. If you've ever blown your account or searched endlessly for that magical perfect strategy or bought courses that made no sense, you're not alone. When I started trading, I lost money. I got angry and I burned out. Until I stopped chasing the magic and started building my own real systems. Today I'm sharing one of those systems with you, one that I've been tuning and testing for years. It's not only a set of tools, but something that's proven itself over thousands of real trades. And here I'm sharing it all for free. Make sure you watch until the end, because not only will you get the indicator settings, but also the key to stop guessing on charts and start understanding what's happening in the real market right now. But before we get to the core of this video, there's something else I want to touch on. I can see how the market is literally flooded with content today. Problem is, people are just copying other people's content, repeating things they don't understand themselves, and all for views, sales, and subscribers. That's why I decided to do things different. I created a free resource where I only share what works. It's a place where real working techniques are collected. Daily tips and hacks on my trading. Formulas and checklists for risk management, including how to use martingale wisely. Not to blow your account, but to achieve consistent growth. All of this is open and publicly available for now. Links in the description, QR codes on the screen. Now let's get to the core of today's video. Let's get our platform set up so we can start exploring today's strategy. First thing we're going to do is we're going to change our candle period to 15 seconds. Secondly, we're just going to make sure that our expiry time is set to 1 minute. Okay, now we're going to add some indicators. Today we're going to add 2 moving averages. We're going to make some changes to these. So the first one will be, we're going to change this to 3, and then I'm just going to change the visual style to make it a little bit more visible. There we go. Second one, we're going to change the value to 6. And again, I'm just making a visual change as well. You don't need to do these visual changes the same way I do. Just make sure that your period for the moving averages is set to 3 and 6. And I'm going to close it. Just hit save. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to look for price for an asset that's trending in a specific direction, either up or down, doesn't matter. Then here's a great example actually right now. We're going to look, if we see an asset moving in a bearish direction, we're going to look for these pullbacks, and then we're going to take the bearish, if we get a bearish crossover then on the moving averages, we're just simply going to take a sell trade. Like this here. This candle pulled the moving average, the 3 moving average through the 6, and I could have taken a sell trade here. Okay, so that's it. And we're going to do the exact same opposite. Let's see if we can find an example for upwards movement. We're going to look when price is trending upwards strongly. This hasn't been trending upwards, really been trending upwards. We're going to look for areas like this. Okay, so we're going to look for a strong push, and then a pullback, and then the continuation. And we can see there was another example. We had the strong push, a pullback, and the continuation. This is what we're going to be looking for, and we're going to be looking for it in both upwards and downwards moves. So now that we understand what we're looking for and what we're going to be doing, we are ready to start looking for entries. So we're just going to start flipping through some assets and see if we can pick up any assets where these conditions are being met, and we can get into some trades. Now that we've got our chart all set up, we're going to start flipping through some assets and see if we can pick up any trades. First thing we're going to look for is a trending asset, and then we're going to see if we can pick up any corrections in the trend, especially if there are any key support and resistance levels, and we're going to use the moving averages then to confirm these corrections for us. We might get a decent entry on this in a few seconds. Let's just sit on this for a minute and see what happens. It shouldn't fire while I'm drawing, so let's draw while see. The reason I'm looking at this is that we've got this very decent support level here that we can see. It was tested a few times, and price broke through it, and now price is retesting this, which is support, which is now a resistance. Now, if price continues downwards from here, it means that the retest held, and there we go. The retest held, and the moving averages is confirming for me that the retest did hold, and price will likely continue downwards. And that's exactly what's happening. Okay, while that's running, we will there will always be corrections in a trend. While price is either moving upwards or downwards, they won't always be beautiful and perfect. They will sometimes be sloppy like this, but there's always corrections in a trend, always. And this is the strategy we're using is one way of telling whether this is a correction or a reversal. It's simple as that. So because the moving average is confirmed for me that prices continue downwards, right after rejecting of a support level or resistance level, I'm just going with the price movement, which in this case is downwards. That was an excellent entry. Let's see if we can pick up something else. If we zoom out a little bit, it might make a little bit more sense if we zoom out. We can actually even extend this to this level here, and we can see that this was also this level came from this area, tested a few times, broke through, came back up, failed to break and got rejected, and price continued downwards. And this is and that's the entry we took now. Okay, it's fairly simple. Might take a little bit of practice to learn to spot these. We might have no, this thing's pushing way too far now. Let's see if we can pick up something else. Very sloppy movement on a lot of these. This is something we will not be interested in taking. We do not take sell trades just above the support level, ever. And do not take buy trades just below a resistance level. Because you don't know if that resistance level is going to hold or break. While we're searching, don't get discouraged if you don't find a lot of entries. Just keep that in mind. Simply be patient, have the discipline to stick to your strategy. We might get something here. This does look like it's a reversal. We had we see price making new lows here. Let's just wait for this crossover. Here we go. Crossover confirmed, and we can clearly see that there was a beautiful resistance or support level here that got broken and tested. Something like that. Okay. Remember the definition of a trend. If it's a bullish trend, it's the pure definition of what a bullish trend is price making higher highs and higher lows. And for a bearish trend, it's price making lower highs and lower lows. So we had a low here. This was a higher low. We can see price was moving upwards. So this was a higher low, but this was a lower low, and then we formed a lower high as well. So this is, technically speaking, a bearish trend at the moment. It's the beginning of the formation of one, but it is a bearish trend. And this was confirmed to us with this support level here that was broken, tested, failed, and when my moving averages turned down, I simply went along with the trade. That was a beautiful entry. Let's see if we can pick up another one. And this video is only 6 minutes. We've already had 2 entries. This is a fast strategy, which is all the more reason to wait for good entries and not just take entries blindly, or entries that doesn't quite confirm, or entries that doesn't quite fall inside the parameters of your trading strategy. Don't rush your trades. There's going to be a lot of them, especially on a 15-second chart. You're going to find a lot of entries. So be patient. It's super important that you do not rush your entries. So we might have a setup forming here. We have this like that, and we can bring it in a little bit, something like that, more or less. Okay, so we are in a definite downwards movement here, and now we're just going to wait and see, does price break through or does it reject and continue downwards? If it does continue downwards and we get the bearish crossover on the moving averages, I'll take a sell position. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to break upwards through broke through the support. No doubt that it did. That was a clear break, so I'm not going to look for entries on this anymore. Okay, so we might get a candle that closes below here, and like I explained earlier, corrections aren't always perfect. Sometimes they're really sloppy, and the same goes for reversals. So when price starts reversing, we might get a sloppy reversal. So when price starts moving above and below a moving support or resistance area, I simply stay off that asset. So I'm not taking this specific entry here, even though we get the bearish crossover below the resistance that was broken. Because it was broken, I'm not going to take this. This is a very, very proper break. It's not just being pierced and then dropped like this. This was just a pierce, and we can see that these wicks pierced the resistance area or support area while it was here. But I'm not. This is a different kind of movement. This is a proper break, so I'm not going to risk taking a sell trade here. Okay, so if price closed maybe on this top line or just close to it, yes, I would have been in this trade. But as we can see, this would have been a very, very difficult position at the moment. This could go either way still. This, in fact, I suspect this might go up. I'm rather play it safe than sorry. This did not fall properly within the parameters of the strategy, and that's why exact same reason why I mentioned earlier, to not take unnecessary risks, to not take trades that doesn't quite fall. This would have been a losing trade. Yeah, this trade would have gone badly. This is the reason why I'm saying don't force trades. If you're not finding entries, this is the kind of trades people start taking because they think they're doing something wrong, and they start forcing trades, and that will market will always punish you for forcing trades. Okay, so this would have been a bad trade for us, but we stayed out of it because we did get the break and then the pullback immediately. This I don't like either, because this was a resistance level here. We broke through, pushed back, basically the same thing that happened on the previous asset we were watching. We got a break, got a pullback immediately. So as soon as you see price start moving above and below support and resistance, it's just like, what's the word? Alternating above and below, or alternating across a line. Just ignore that asset and move on to the next one. See if you can find a decent entry somewhere else. This is a very nice downwards move. What we might see here is price hitting this level. We might see price move down a little bit and then come to retest this. I need to be clear though, I am not trying to predict what price will do. I've said many times that predicting price movement is impossible. What I'm doing is identifying potential areas where I might get an entry. This just tells me, or I just know that if I do identify an area where I might get a possible entry, I need to pay a little bit extra attention so I don't miss a trade. For all I know, price can just keep on dropping and only come back to this level in a day or two. Okay, so I'm not trying to predict because, as I've said many times, it's impossible. All we're doing is simply following price. That's very easy to do. But trying to identify areas where you could potentially get an entry is fine. I'm not taking entries because I'm not taking a trade because I think we will go back here and retest. I'm just identifying this area because this has been the behavior of this chart for a while. It pushes down, pushes up, pushes down, pushes up, and every time it pushes up, it goes to a previous support level, more or less. So I'm just trying to be ready in case my strategy does give me an entry. There's a difference between trying to predict and trying to identify potential areas where you might get setups. And remember, we do not trade because we think something will happen. I'm not taking entries because I think it's going to push back. I'll wait and see if it does push back. Actually should have left that line there. We might actually get an entry on this. Let's just see what happens. Maybe do a channel like that, like that, and like that. Okay, so because I identified a area where I could maybe get an entry, I'm now ready for that trade and I won't miss it if it does happen. I'm not going to take a sell now though, because simply because price is hitting resistance. I'm going to wait and see what happens, and if price starts pushing down and gets rejected by the resistance, then when I get the crossover of the moving averages, I'll take the entry. But it doesn't look like we're going to get that. It's breaking through, so we can remove this and go on to the next asset. We have a very decent level here, which I do suspect is going to get hit now, like that, like that. Okay, so there's a very good chance price is going to bounce off this, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so at the moment price is bouncing. I'm not going to take a trade because it looks like price is bouncing. I'm going to wait for my moving averages to do a bullish crossover. Until they do, I'm not going to take a position, because this could still go down all the way. Okay, so I'm waiting for my moving averages to confirm that price started moving upwards. Remember, a moving average just shows you the average price of the last candles that of the number of candles of the period that we set it to. In this case, it's 3 and 6. So it's showing me the average price of the last 3 candles and the last 6 candles. So when it's moving downwards, that's the average price. The average price of those candles are going down. If it's moving upwards, the average price of those candles are going up. Okay, so I'm getting in here. This was a clean rejection. I've got the bullish crossover of my moving averages, and it was right off the support level as we expected. And now again, we're just going to wait for the expiry time to run out. We should see price hit this level quite soon. It should at least come and retest this, if not break it. Just a few seconds left on this. Let's see what happens. I do still think it's going to touch, and it's probably going to break. But it doesn't matter whether it breaks or rejects here. I am in my position and I am good. There we go. Excellent trade. You can start using this strategy today. But if you're still afraid to place the market alone, or if you want to not just watch but trade live, I have a private community. It's real trading every day. We analyze entry setups, trade online, discuss mistakes and refine strategies. It's not for everyone. I handpick the members because it's important to me that the community consists out of those who want to work on themselves. So if you want in, message me. Contacts are in the description. Just keep in mind that I won't keep the doors open forever. At some point, I will close the doors and it will become a private traders club, with autonomous work based on real results. So it's up to you. Become a participant or stay a spectator, and definitely subscribe to this video. Next video is going to be about how even a great strategy cannot save you from losses if you don't focus and manage your emotions. So I'll see you there. Until then, may the pips be with you.